Does look like an eyeliner bottle, doesn't it? Yeah, why not? Hello there, welcome to Genessis Models. My name is Bob Waldron. Welcome to today's vlog, which is the Q&A vlog. Got a couple of questions here to show you, so let's just get dived in. We have one here from Frank. I would like to hear your opinion of using an ultrasonic cleaner to deep clean an airbrush. Is it safe for the airbrush? And if it is safe to use, what sort of solution would you recommend? Now this is something I haven't brought, I haven't used, so I can't really make a full comment on this, but I have looked into it. I have thought about buying one, have put some research into it, and when it comes to putting your airbrush into the ultrasonic cleaner, you kind of get sort of mixed feedback. I mean, you know, people saying it not working, some people saying it works and everything. It's I have found that you can't sort of buy a cheap one. I know you can buy these £30 cheap ones off eBay or something like that, but really it looks like you kind of really want to be buying one of these £100 ones, the ones that have a heater in it as well, so it heats up the solution, and as well as having that ultrasonic clean to it, and then obviously using the solutions as well, which make everything sort of work better. The solutions, you can get all these sort of complicated different solutions. It does kind of take a bit of research to know which solution is going to break down what substance, right? You know, if you want to be breaking down grease or oil, if you want to be breaking down rust, or if you want to be breaking down paint, you know, you kind of got to put the research in and use the right solution. People have used like washing up liquid and water, and that seems to work as well. But it's I'm not 100% convinced, right, from the feedback I've read and stuff. Is it's almost like it does clean your airbrush, but it's not this magical solution where you kind of just put it in the cleaner and then you pull it out and your airbrush is done. It does sound like you've still got to get in there and sort of scrape it all out and everything. It just kind of helps the process and makes your process of cleaning it out a little bit easier and quicker. But in saying that, you know, I've only seen what I've read, but it is definitely going to be a future video. I do want to get my hands on one and do want to test it out and everything. So there is going to be probably a future video of me showing it and getting the, you know, a proper answer on that one. So hopefully you like that one. Next we have a Paul. Hi, I appreciate you're busy and everything. I'll keep it short. What's the best way to clean a model before painting to remove dust from sanding and scribing, panel lines, etc., etc.? You know, this is one of these things that in my step-by-steps I kind of answer these kind of questions. I know it's sort of premium members and it's paying subscription and everything, but you know, all this, the step-by-steps do have like all this information in there. But just to let you know, the way it basically works is, the way I do it is, you know, you've done your sanding, you get debris into your recessed panel lines and recessed rivets. If you don't clean that out, you're gonna basically spray over the top of it, and that sanding dust is going to act like a filler, and then you know you've lost your detail. Nice and simple, toothbrush, bit of water, and you just basically clean your model, nice and easy. Just getting the sanding dust out, right, wipe it down with a kitchen paper towel, and then the next process I go off is, I know some people, they sell these so-called special solutions that clean your model, right, but really just get some IPA. It's basically IPA, nice IPA. We use it in the homebrew thinners and everything, which is basically just rubbing alcohol, and you put it on a kitchen paper towel, rub it on your model, and what it basically does is remove any sort of grease or grime. Maybe you had a KFC and then you started working on your model and you got all that grease on there, you know, it's going to remove all that stuff, as well as, because it's IPA, one, it cleans, and two, it evaporates really quickly. So if you use, say, soapy water, yes, it would clean it, but you'd have all this water on your model which would take ages to dry, and it could potentially get into nooks and crannies, and you've got water inside your model which could be there for like however long. IPA is going to evaporate really quickly. You can rub it on, blow on it, and it just evaporates almost instantly. So you know, that's why I use IPA, and your model's all good to go. Just wear gloves from that point on so you don't recontaminate. Next question we have, this is from Dave O'Connor. What we got here, I've just started getting into the modeling hobby. I've only made 4 models so far, but I've quickly realized I want to upgrade to an airbrush after not getting good results with a hand brush. I've watched your 3-part video, the basic airbrushing tutorial. A lot of good stuff in there, thanks. I was wondering though, if I need to build an airbrush box, hood or whatever, you know, the boxes that the extractor fans go into. I'm planning on doing this in my garage, which has good ventilation, but watching my videos, I don't have a hood, right? And he's just wondering, you know, what's going on with that. Just to sort of explain, the reason why, let's face it, I don't wear a mask. The reason why I don't, now there is an extractor. Let's show you maybe quickly. If I just turn you know, just here, this is my extractor fan right in front of me where I'm spraying, right? There should be a hood here, right? But if I had a hood here, right, I'm going to be blocking camera view here, camera view there, cameras. All my cameras are just going to be blocked if I have a hood. And that's why I don't have a hood, because if I had a hood here, all my cameras would have to be here, and you know, the camera angles will be a bit naff. I don't wear a face mask because you won't be able to hear me. But in saying that, right, I only do that while I'm filming. Once I've stopped filming, yes, I don't have a hood still, but you know, I've got the face mask, I've got my extractor fan here, and you know, I've built this workshop myself to be for a workshop for scale modeling. So I've got industrial scale extractor fans in the roof and everything, so I sort of kind of compensate for not having hoods and stuff by having, you know, all these industrial extractor fans in the ceiling. So yeah, I mean, really you do want a hood. It's just I have to kind of work around sort of not having a hood, but you do want a hood, because the whole idea of having a hood is, here's your extractor fan in front of you. I could be spraying here, right? I might be aiming at the extractor fan, right? But still, I mean, you know, the spray can still, you know, miss and go out and around, and then you breathe that in, and you know, all that dust settles down and you've got like all this spray dust all over the place. But by having a hood, you kind of basically make a funnel where you're spraying inside this funnel, and it just makes more of the spray go directly and into your extractor fan, up and out and outside, and just, you know, limits the amount that you're breathing in and it's going everywhere. So it is good to have a hood for that. So next up we have Tony. He phoned me, and we sort of had a bit of troubleshooting with using enamel washes and oil washes and stuff for doing weathering on model, filling in panel lines and all that kind of stuff with streaking and that. The problem we had was the oils and the enamels were eating into his paintwork, and even though he put on a water-based type gloss, i.e., you know, the floor cleaner, the future, the problem he was having is it was eating in even so. And really the theory is that when you use oils and enamels, right, if you seal it in with a water-based gloss, they kind of, it's like oil to water, they don't react, right? But we found out what the problem was, and really it's when you use stuff like proper turpentine, white spirits from a hardware store, right? These kind of solutions, they're not designed for the hobby, right? They do seem to be sort of stronger, and even though you have that oil to water doesn't mix by putting a nice water-based gloss on top of your model, because they're so strong, they can still eat into it. So really, it's always recommended that you use the actual manufacturer's, you know, thinners for that process. You know, they are formulated for the hobby, they're not so strong, they are more gentle on your model and everything, and they still do the job really nicely. So yeah, always use them. I mean, you know, you've got AK, you've got Ammo, right? They do their own solutions, and they are just nicely designed for that specific job. So sadly, that's all the questions for this month, but as always, you know, leave your comments down below, leave your questions down below. We do have a forum and a website. You can go to the forum, you can go post your questions in there, any sort of emails, phone calls, you know, and I'll just put them all together and answer your questions each and every month. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, but as always, until next time, my name name's Bobby Waldron, this is Genessis Models, and I'll catch you in the next video.